When you're ready to get a car, should you buy it or lease it? That's what this lesson is all about. Is a car a need or a want? What do you think? Some questions to get you thinking about this is, what is the purpose of a car? What also meets the same purpose? Is it a work requirement? Do you need to haul things? What about having two cars? What about buying a luxury car? Is that a need or a want? We're going to introduce buying versus leasing a car. How does buying work? When buying a car, you pay the entire negotiated price. You can pay in cash, trade in a car, and/or use financing. The lender holds the title until you pay off the balance. Buying a car is the most popular. There are advantages and disadvantages to consider when buying a car. The advantages of buying a car are unlimited mileage, cash or trade-in for your next car. You can customize it, no more payments when it's paid off. You get ownership and then you can sell it whenever you want. You can refinance your loan. The disadvantages are the high depreciation rate of new cars, higher payments over a longer period of time, and after the warranty expires, you must pay for your own repairs and maintenance. How does leasing work? There is an amount due at signing that is equal to the capitalized cost, which is the price of the vehicle, which can be negotiated, minus the residual value, the expected value at the end of the lease, plus interest, plus fees. Monthly payments are made over the length of the contract. Most leases are for 2 or 3 years. At the end of the contract, you turn in the car. There's more than one way to get behind the wheel of a new car. You can go the traditional route of buying your next vehicle and financing much of the purchase price, or you can lease a new car and pay only a fraction of its sticker price. Car leasing was once an option reserved for businesses and customers wanting luxury cars. Today it's common in all classes of the market, from subcompact cars to pickups and luxury SUVs. About 3 in 10 new cars that leave dealer lots are leased. Leasing a new car. The advantages of leasing a car are you have a low monthly payment. You just turn in the keys when your lease is up. No need to sell the vehicle. Service and repairs are covered under warranty. There's no sales tax. Smaller down payment, and you get a new car every 2 to 3 years. The disadvantages are you need to stay within the stated mileage or you're charged a fee. There's no trade-in for the next car. The lease and costs for wear and tear or mileage may surprise you. There's restricted use. You need excellent credit, and you'll always have a car payment. You'll never pay it off. The bottom line, if you want a new vehicle every 1 to 3 years, it may be cheaper to lease versus buy. But seriously, analyze whether you need a new car every 1 to 3 years. Buying new versus used. We're going to watch a video here on what's the cost of buying a new car versus a used car.
Once you have an idea of the kind of car you want and roughly how much you're looking to spend, the next question might be, new or used? A used car will often cost less than a new one, but a new car may be more reliable and have fewer unexpected repairs that can impact your schedule and budget. For this example, let's take a look at 2 cars, one new and one used, and then compare and contrast all the variable expenses you might encounter with each car over the next 5 years. Like the cost of the car, the cost to finance it, the cost of gas, insurance, and finally, maintenance and repairs. But first, let's start with the cost of the actual car. So over here, let's say we have a brand new car with a sticker price of $19,000, and over here, we have a used car that is the same make and model as the other one, just 5 years older, that we found for sale by its owner for $10,000. Now you may be wondering, why is the used car so much cheaper than the new car? There are a couple of factors. One is that the new car comes with a warranty, which will cover some of your repair expenses. But the biggest factor in this price difference is depreciation. As a car gets older, it loses value. That is, it depreciates. So this new car that costs $19,000, after 5 years, might only be worth about $10,000, even if you've kept it in good condition. And the same car might only be worth about $5,000 in another 5 years. As you can see, depreciation doesn't happen at a constant rate. Sure, it's almost always going to go down, but a new car loses value fastest the moment you buy it, but then slows to a more constant rate after the first few years. If you plan on driving your car until it falls apart, depreciation won't matter as much because you're not going to resell it. But if you plan on trading it in or selling it after 5 years, it can make a big difference. With a new car, in 5 years, your car might be worth about $9,000 less than what you initially paid. And with the used car, over 5 years, your car might only be worth $5,000 less. Now, let's take a closer look at some other differences, starting with the financing. You may be wondering if you can finance a car you buy from an individual. Fortunately, you can get this kind of financing from a bank or a credit union. But when you purchase a used car, you're likely to get a higher interest rate than when you buy a new car. So let's say that the annual percentage rate, or APR, on a 5-year loan for the new car is 3.5%. And the APR on a loan that you get for the used car could be something like 4%. Using an online loan calculator, you'll find that on the new car, you'll be paying about $20,700 over 5 years. That's $19,000 in principal and $1,700 in interest, with monthly payments of about $345. On the used car, you will pay about $11,050 over 5 years, $10,000 in principal and $1,050 in interest, with monthly payments of about $185. So even though you have a higher interest rate on the used car, you'll pay much less in interest and in monthly payments, because your principal is much less on the used car than on your new car. Next, let's compare gas mileage. Let's say the new car gets 33 miles per gallon, and the used car gets 29 miles per gallon, and you drive about 15,000 miles per year. Let's also assume that gas will be a constant $4 per gallon. Over 5 years, taking the miles driven, divided by the miles per gallon, times the price of gas per gallon, we would be spending about $9,100 for gas for the new car, and about $10,350 for gas in the used one. Then there are insurance rates to consider. Insurance rates vary based on a lot of different factors, and in looking at new versus used, the difference in the rate for you will likely be based more on the replacement cost of the car. The more valuable the car, the higher the insurance rate. So while a new car might get you some discounts for new safety features, generally a used car that's less valuable is going to cost less to insure. So with a new car, your insurance might cost $1,560 a year. Over 5 years, $7,800. And with a used car, your insurance might cost $1,200 a year and $6,000 over 5 years. Now let's look at maintenance and repairs. This is the trickiest cost to estimate because it's unpredictable, and major repairs can have a big impact on your budget. With a new car, major repairs may be covered by a warranty in the first few years. So let's estimate that over 5 years, you spend $3,000 total on maintenance and repairs on the new car. Now, when you buy the used car, you do have the option of buying certified pre-owned. This will cost a bit more, but it'll also come with some sort of warranty. But for this example, let's just stick with the car you bought from its previous owner. The cost of regular maintenance typically increases as the car ages, and so does the chance of needing a major repair. Major repairs can be inconvenient too. They take time, and sometimes you might have to get a rental car while yours is in the shop. For the used car, you might be lucky and only need to spend about $4,000 on maintenance, but a more realistic number may be around $6,000 on the used car. So, adding this up, you'd spend a total of $40,600 on the new car. and $33,400 on the used car over 5 years. That's a difference of about $40,600 minus $33,400. $7,200 less on the used car. Now keep in mind, this doesn't take into consideration the value still in the cars. The new car probably has a few more years left in it than the used one. And if you were to resell them, you'd be getting about $10,000 for the new car rather than about $5,000 for the used car. But we're looking at a lot of variables after all. With certain cars and situations, the new one may end up costing you less than the used one, and there are multiple other things to take into consideration. A new car will probably be more reliable, with newer features, and it may be safer or be better for the environment. With a used car, you'll have lower monthly payments, which could be good for your budget, but it may also be less reliable, and you could have larger unexpected costs when it comes to repairs. By looking at your own needs and budget, and doing the research and the math on the cars you're interested in, you can figure out which is the best choice for you.
Buying a new car, the advantages, you could have a warranty. Repairs would be covered for the first few years. Lower finance rates.
John starts off this hour in Washington, D.C. Hey, John, how are you?
Sorry about that. Lower finance rates, less maintenance needed, new up-to-date features, and the cool factor or the new car smell. Disadvantages include higher upfront cost and monthly payments, higher depreciation, insurance may cost more, and the warranty will run out eventually. Buying a used car, the advantages are lower upfront cost and monthly payments, lower depreciation, insurance costs may be less. Disadvantages, there's no warranty for repair costs, there higher maintenance costs, unknown past history, wear and tear, older model year, which isn't as cool. So consider buying a certified pre-owned car, maybe the best of both worlds. Vehicles are typically 1 to 4 years old and come with an extended warranty, usually 7 to 10 years, 100,000 miles from the original in-service date. They can't have been in a major accident or have had major body work, like hail damage, and they must be inspected and certified extensively by the dealership on behalf of the manufacturer. You end up with a new car that has all the advantages of a new car without all the disadvantages of a used car. Main advantage is someone else ate the upfront 1 to 3 years of heavy depreciation. So we're going to watch a video here, the top 5 reasons to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle.
More and more consumers are buying certified pre-owned cars. Here are the top 5 reasons to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle. Number 5, best deals. You can often get more for your dollar with a certified pre-owned vehicle. And if the model you're considering hasn't had any major changes, few people will notice that it isn't a brand new car. Number 4, more options. Since a certified pre-owned car will probably cost a little less than a new one, there's a good chance that you can get more for your money. The amount of money you would spend on a new base model might buy you a similar certified pre-owned car that's loaded with options. Number 3, better maintenance. You'll find that most certified cars require a multi-point safety and performance inspection that is set by the manufacturer. If any issues come up on the inspection, most automakers require the repairs to be addressed before the car is factory certified. Number 2, warranty. If a car has been inspected and serviced to a factory certified level, it will usually come with a warranty that's backed by the manufacturer. That should improve your confidence in the vehicle and help you avoid costly repairs down the road. And number 1, peace of mind. Buying a factory-certified pre-owned car means you enjoy the same peace of mind that you'd have with a new vehicle. In addition to these benefits, most certified pre-owned cars come with a Carfax Vehicle History Report. Find certified pre-owned cars fast and easy at the all-new Carfax.com. And remember, many certified pre-owned cars are available with low-interest financing promoted by the manufacturer.
Okay, how to negotiate. Let's watch this video when you're ready to buy a car.
Americans are expected to purchase some 37 million used cars this year, and the number is growing as people, of course, try to save money. But how do you know if you're paying too much? Our consumer correspondent, Elizabeth Leamy, is here with a hidden camera experiment that shows you the art of the deal. You tell.
Yes, because good handlers save themselves an average of 10 to 15%, so it is worth it to learn. That's why we went undercover with multiple hidden cameras to teach you.
Even people who love cars often hate car buying. We set out to change that by going undercover to show you how to haggle.
Let's do it.
Our expert, Philip Reed of AutoWebsiteEdmonds.com. Our mission, to buy a certified 2007 Honda Odyssey EXL. Our budget, no more than $25,000.
We weren't just going in and playing games with people and wasting their time. This was a car that I needed to get for my company.
Dealership number 1, strategy number 1. Try to get the salesman to name the first price so you know you're not starting too high. Here goes.
What I was wondering is, what are you really selling them for?
Those are fit price, $23,475.
Next, drop the name of a reputable pricing guide like Edmonds.com, where Phil works.
Oh, you're going from admin.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, is that a problem?
Well, it's not a problem. I think it doesn't reflect really what the market is.
Bring a naysaying wingman along. That's my job, to poo-poo the car and the price.
See, I don't know, Phil. You really wanted something with lower miles than this. I actually liked the other make and model better.
Something like that. And when the salesman leaves to go talk to his manager, you should leave too.
We were sending them a signal that we were not going to be controlled.
Let's go.
Next, we left altogether.
We want to sell you an Odyssey.
Not right now. No. Yeah.
But you have our number.
Never finalize a car deal without leaving the lot. Sure enough, dealership number and make sure they know about each other.
We do have an appointment somewhere else.
And if you can keep us from keeping the other appointment.
Yeah, that's always true. Yes, another appointment at another dealership.
I know what you meant.
When you're ready to make the all-important opening offer, give good reasons and a firm number.
Based on, what we've seen on other car lots and our budget, and the fact that it's, a little higher miles than we thought, we'd be prepared to offer you now $20,500.
And then shut up.
If you say it and you're actually still after that, it really puts a certain amount of pressure on them.
Dealership number 2's response comes from a manager.
What I can do for you is I can bring it down to $22,865.
Now show you're tough by making your counteroffer a smaller increment than theirs. The dealer came down by more than $1,000. Phil goes up by just $500.
We're kind of working with a budget here. So we would be happy to come up to, $21,000.
No matter what they say, worry about your own budget, not theirs. Listen.
I don't want to lose money.
We can't go above
That's
that.
not our problem. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
I totally understand.
Shop at the end of the month and look for stale cars that have been sitting around for a while.
I noticed here that they've had it for more than a month.
The offer on the table is now $21,500. This time, the manager's manager comes over.
It's a unit for us right here at the end of the month. So with that said, can we make a deal there?
Ta-da!
Absolutely. I'd like to encourage people to negotiate and stand up for themselves. And the car salespeople understand the game, and they're ready to play it with you.
The Odyssey's sticker price was essentially $25,000, but we got it for $21,500, a savings of $3,500, all because we knew how to haggle.
Everybody always worries that their neighbor got a better car deal than they did. Well, we know from Edmunds data that we paid $1,000 less than the average consumer does for that same type of vehicle, all with some good negotiating.
You're a tough wingman. Not a
good
problem.
fun.
All right. Now, you feel armed next time.
I do.
All right.
I'm ready.
And you've made a lot of other people ready too. Thanks, Eli. Our thanks to Edmunds.com. And for a detailed explanation of how to choose your all-important opening price, go to our website, abcnews.com.
TC's 2 cents. Buying a certified pre-owned or used car will typically keep your expenses down, keep your vehicle for 5 to 10 plus years. Practical is better. You can always borrow a truck or an SUV. Bad car decisions are very difficult to unwind. When deciding to buy a new or used car, make your decision on cost versus value, finding the best value at the lowest cost that fits your budget and goals. And your assignment is going to be to complete 6.2a, the advantages of buying and leasing. Just read and follow the directions and answer all the questions.